Snowflakes drifted gently through the winter air, wrapping the city in a soft white hush. On a lonely bus stop bench sat Hannah Mitchell, her worn beige dress no match for the cold. Once upon a time, that lace dress had been her favorite, a reminder of better days, when she had a home, friends, and dreams that still felt within reach. But life had changed. 3 months ago, Hannah had aged out of the foster care system with nowhere to go. A college degree in education had promised a bright future, yet reality had been cruel. Without references or an address, even the simplest job or apartment felt impossible to secure. Now, she sat shivering beneath a flickering streetlight, her thin shawl wrapped tightly around her shoulders, watching the snow swirl like tiny miracles that didn't last long. Maybe I'm like them, she thought, delicate and drifting, beautiful for a moment, then gone. That's when she noticed a little girl in a bright red coat walking down the sidewalk, no taller than 4. With a gray hat topped by a cheerful pump, she clutched a brown paper bag in her mittened hands, her tiny face filled with serious purpose. Hannah looked around, spotting a man some distance away, distracted on his phone. "Sweetheart," Hannah called softly, "where's your mommy or daddy?" The girl pointed to the man. "That's my daddy. He's talking to work people again." Then she stepped closer, her voice full of innocence and warmth. "I saw you sitting here, and I thought you might be hungry. I saved half my sandwich. Daddy says we should share, especially when it's cold." Hannah's eyes filled with tears. "That's very kind, sweetie, but I can't take your food. You need it to grow big and strong." The girl tilted her head, studying Hannah. "What's your name?" "Hannah." "I'm Lucy." Then Lucy asked the kind of question only a child could ask, gentle, honest, and straight to the heart. "Are you sad because you don't have a house to go to when it snows?" Hannah hesitated, her voice soft. "Yes, Lucy, but I'm trying to find one." Lucy nodded thoughtfully. Then, with the wisdom of someone far beyond her years, she said, "You need a home. And I need a mommy. My mommy's in heaven. Daddy gets sad a lot. Maybe we could help each other." Hannah's breath caught. Such pure compassion from a 4-year-old was almost too much to bear. "That's the sweetest thing anyone's ever said to me, Lucy," she whispered. "But grown-up things are complicated." Lucy frowned for a moment, then brightened. "Daddy says the best people are the ones who are kind when no one is watching. You were being kind to the snow. I think you're a good person." Just then, her father noticed Lucy wasn't beside him. Panic flashed across his face as he spotted her by the bus stop. "Lucy here, Daddy," she waved. "I made a new friend." He hurried over a man in his early 30s with kind eyes that spoke of long days and late nights. "Lucy, you can't wander off like that," he said, kneeling. "But Daddy," Lucy insisted, "Hannah's cold and doesn't have a house. She could stay with us. She could read me stories, and we could help her." David, that was his name, looked at Hannah, understanding dawning in his expression. "I'm sorry," he said gently. "Lucy means well. She has a big heart. She's wonderful," Hannah replied quickly. "She was just being kind." David smiled faintly. "She gets that from her mother." Then, after a pause, he added, "Would you like to come with us for a cup of coffee? Just to warm up. No strings, no pressure." At the diner, over steaming soup and hot chocolate, Hannah learned that David was a social worker, one who helped young adults aging out of foster care, people just like her. "The system fails to many," he said quietly. "It's not a lack of potential, it's a lack of support." For the first time in months, Hannah felt seen. She told him about her love for teaching and her dream of having her own classroom. David listened with genuine interest. Then he said, "Our district is short on substitute teachers. It's not glamorous, but it's a start. I could help you apply." Lucy beamed. "And she can stay in our guest room until she finds her own house. Then she can still come over for stories." David chuckled. But there was truth in Lucy's suggestion, and a feeling between the three of them that just felt right. 6 months later, Hannah stood in front of her first-grade class, a teacher at last. The guest room had long since become her home. Every afternoon, Lucy, now 5, ran into her classroom after school, eager to share her stories. And David, well, he had become much more than a friend. Their bond grew quietly, naturally, built on shared kindness, trust, and the laughter of a little girl who had unknowingly brought them together. A year to the day, after that snowy night, the three of them sat in their cozy living room, trimming the Christmas tree. "Do you remember when I said you needed a home and I needed a mommy?" Lucy asked, eyes bright. Hannah smiled, tears in her eyes. "I remember. I was right, wasn't I?" Lucy said proudly. David reached for Hannah's hand. "Yes, sweetheart," he said softly. "You were absolutely right." As snow fell gently outside, Hannah realized that Lucy had given them more than kindness. She had given them family. Because sometimes, the most beautiful gifts aren't wrapped in ribbons or bows. They come quietly, on cold nights, disguised as chance meetings, and change everything forever. Whispers of Kindness, where every story reminds us that love and compassion can turn strangers into family.